At least 30 were hospitalized, many with smoke inhalation, officials said. New York City Fire Commissioner Dan Nigro said a malfunctioning electric space heater caused the Bronx apartment fire that killed 19 people, including 9 children, and injured dozens of others Sunday morning. The late morning fire quickly expanded because a door in the 2-level second-floor unit where the blaze started was either left open or did not automatically close after residents fled, he said. The marshals have determined through physical evidence, through first-hand accounts from the residents, that this fire started in a bedroom in a portable electric heater, Nigro said at an evening news conference. The heater, he said, was used to supplement the building's heat, which he indicated was working at the time. The functionality of fire alarms, however, was under investigation. The blaze grew to 5 alarms and sent at least 30 survivors to the hospital. A second open door most likely allowed deadly smoke to spread throughout the building, Nigro said. Firefighters and residents quickly faced deadly levels of smoke, with firefighters running out of oxygen as they made rescues in the 19-story structure, which has 120 units, Nigro said. They ran out of air, many of our members, and they continued working to get as many people out as they could, he said. Many of the residents who died or who were taken to hospitals were likely to have been affected by smoke, he said. I think some of them could not escape because of the volume of smoke, he said. About 200 firefighters responded to the blaze on East 181st Street, the fire department said. Authorities were called to the scene at about 11 a.m. and managed to contain the flames at around 1 p.m., NBC New York reported. Asked earlier about the rumors that residents may have jumped out of windows, Nigro said it was possible that some might have fallen from the building trying to get onto ladders placed by firefighters. He said he had not heard reports of anyone's having jumped before firefighters arrived. The last time we had a loss of life that may be this horrific was at a fire which was over 30 years ago, also here in the Bronx, Nigro said. He seemed to be referring to the 1990 Happy Land Social Club fire, which killed 87 people. A man who worked at the club's coat check-in, angry at having been spurned by his former girlfriend, set the club on fire after a heated argument. The fire department initially reported that many, if not most, of those who were hospitalized had life-threatening conditions. The city's new mayor, Eric Adams, was at the scene Sunday afternoon to be briefed by officials. He said the fire will bring pain and despair to New York. This is going to be one of the worst fires we have witnessed here in modern times in the city of New York, Adams said at a briefing. New York Governor Kathy Hochul tweeted that she was horrified. My heart is with the loved ones of all those we've tragically lost, all of those impacted and with our heroic FDNY firefighters, Hochul wrote. The entire state of New York stands with New York City. The leader said many of the residents were Muslims from Gambia. Hochul said at the evening news conference that a victims' compensation fund would help survivors find housing and begin recovery. A city emergency management official said the Red Cross was standing by to register all residents. It was not clear whether any would be allowed to stay and provide immediate housing at hotels. Speaking at the news conference, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, described many of the dead as immigrants working to drive that ladder up, and their lives snuffed out. Nigro said the building, which was built in 1972 under the auspices of the federal government, did not have fire escapes, only internal stairwells. Because of its federal origins, he said, it was potentially built outside the New York City Fire Code. Recalling the terrifying experience, some residents told NBC New York that they were also taken out of the building by firefighters on ladders. Karen DeJesus, who said she lives on the 3rd floor, was making breakfast when she began to see smoke and heard cries for help. We just hovered in the back room, and next thing we know we see flames coming out the back windows and stuff, she said. We smelling the smoke and the next thing we know, the whole upstairs in my apartment is black and the fire department breaking in the door to come get us. We had to climb out the window and everything. DeJesus called the experience so scary but said she and her family, including a 3-year-old child, were safely evacuated. The fire comes just days after a row house in Philadelphia went up in flames, killing 12 people, 8 of whom were children. Officials said none of the 4 battery-operated smoke detectors were working at the time.